Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa and I'm here on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday, and I talk about true crime, and sometimes I do talk about different topics. So if you're new here, welcome. Well, if you like any of those topics and want to hear more about what I do in my channel, go ahead and subscribe and also hit that notification button so you can be notified when I post a video. So today is going to be a little different. Usually I do a true crime video, but today I wanted to do something special. If y'all have not seen the Janet Jackson documentary, I suggest y'all go watch it. I don't even have words for it. That's how good it is. So today I decided to talk about Janet Jackson. I mean, come on, let's celebrate that documentary. Like I said, if y'all have not gone to watch it, go ahead and watch it. It is a documentary that I request for y'all to watch it. It is the best documentary. You learn so much about her and how effective she was growing up, you know, especially she was the baby, and then her, you know, having to fill those shoes, and you know, learning how to come out of her own and make her own success, even though she did have the Jackson last name. I don't want to spoil it at all. If y'all have not watched it, go ahead and watch it, and when y'all do watch it, leave me a comment and tell me what y'all think. So if you're new here on my videos, I like to start with a little poem or quote, any inspiration thing that I have found on TikTok or any social media, and I write it down and I read it to y'all at the beginning of my video. But today I decided to do a quote that Miss Janet Jackson, that I found that I really liked, and I wanted to read it to y'all. So basically she said, "You can never be happy until you understand why you're doing what you're doing." And that is so true. I feel like when you're doing something and you are not doing something that you really want to do, you will never understand the happiness until you start following your dreams. Mine is, you know, having a YouTube channel. And now that I'm a photographer, I'm happy doing both, and it's something that I love to do, and I'm glad that I decided to do it. So let's stop talking and let's just hear about Janet Jackson's story. Yes, guys, I use my phone. I know. Sorry, I didn't want to blind y'all. So Janet Jackson, Janet Demeta Jo Jackson, born May 26, 1966. She's an American singer, songwriter, actress, and dancer. She is known for her innovative, social, consistent, and sexually proactive records, all as well as elaborate stage show. Her sounds and choreography became a catalyst in the growth of MTV, enabling her to race to the promises while breaking gender and racial barriers in the process. Likely common with the focus on social issues, set her reputation as role model for the youth. She is beautiful. Like this woman, and she's 55. She is 55, y'all. She's beautiful. The 10th and youngest child of the Jackson family, she began her career with the varied television series The Jackson in 1976, and went to appearing in other television shows throughout the 70s. In early 1980s, including Good Times, Different Stroke, and Fame, after singing a recording contract with A&M Records in 1982. She became a pop icon. Following the release of her third and fourth studio album, Control 1986, Rhythm National 1989, her collaborations with record producers Jimmy Jan and Terry Lewis, and incorporated elements of rhythm and blues, funk, disco, rap, and instrumental beats, which lead to crossover success in popular music. In 1991, Jackson signed the first two records, breaking a million-dollar contract with Virgin Records, establishing her as one of the highest paid actresses in the industry. Prior to her first studio project with Virgin, she appeared on her first of several lead film roles in Poetic Justice in 1993, her two studio albums which followed, Janet 1993 and The Velvet Rope 1997, saw her develop a public image as a sex symbol. These records, along with the intentional music videos and live performance and concert tours, Brent Jackson as one of the world's most iconic performers, generating both criticism and praise. By the end of the 1990s, she was named by Billboard magazine as the second most successful recording artist of the decade after Mariah Carey. The release of her seventh studio album, All of You, in 2001, considered with the calibration of her impact on the recording industry as the subject of the inaugural MTV Icon special. The backlash from 2004 Super Bowl halftime show controversies result in an industry blacklisting under the direction of Les Moonves, then CEO of CBS Corporation. Jackson's subsequently experienced reduced radio airplay, televised promotion, and sales figures, but the point forward after premiering Waves with the Virgin Records. She released her 10th studio album, Discipline, in 2008, her first and only album with Islands Records in 2015. She partnered with MBG Rights Management to launch her own record label, Rhythm Nation, and released her 11th studio album, Unbreakable, the same year. Since then, she has continued to release music as an independent artist. Having sold over 100 million records, Jackson is one of the world's best-selling music artists. She has an amazing and extensive catalog with singles such as Nasty, Rhythm Nation, That's the Way You Love, Goes, Together Again, and All of You. She holds the record for the most consistent top 10 entries on the USA Billboard 100 single chart with 18. She's also the only artist in the history of the chart to have 7 critical singles from an album, Rhythm Nation 1914. Peaked with the top 5 positions in 2008. Billboard placed her number 7th on the list of Hot 100 all-time pop artists. In 2010, ranked her the 5th among top 50 R&B hip-hop artists of the past 25 years. On December 16th, the magazine named her the second most successful dance club artist after Madonna. One of the world's most awarded artists, her accolades including 5 Grammy Awards, 11 Billboard Music Awards, 11 America Music Awards, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and 8 Guinness World Records entries. In 2019, she was introduced to the Rock and Hall of Fame. Jackson had been citizens and inspiration among numerous performers and credit with the elevating standards of sounds, showmanship, sex appeal, expert pop, and stars. So now we're going to talk about life and career. In 1960 to 1985, early life and career begins. Janet Jo Jackson was born on May 16, 1966, in Gary, Indiana. The youngest of 10 children to Catherine Esther and Joseph Walter Jackson. The Jacksons were lower middle class and devoted Jehovah's Witness. Although Janet would later refrain from organization religion at a young age, her brothers began performing as the Jackson 5 in Chicago, Gary area. In March of 1967, the group signed a record deal with Motown and soon had their first #1 hit. The family then moved to the iconic neighborhood of Los Angeles. Jackson had the intentional desire to become a horse racing joker or entertaining lawyer, but the plans to support herself throughout acting. Despite this, she was anticipated to pursue a career in entertainment and considered the idea after recording herself in the studio. At the age of 7, Jackson with her brother Randy performed at the MGM Casino in Las Vegas Strip. A biography revealed her father Joseph Jackson was emotionally withdrawn and told her to address him solely by his first name as a child. She began acting in the very show The Jackson in 1976. In 1977, she was selected to have a starring role as Penny Gordon Woods in the sitcom Good Times. She later started a New Kind of Family, later got a recording role on A Different Stroke, portraying Charles Dupree from season 3 to 6. Jackson also played a role of Cleo Hedward during the 4th season of Fame, but expressed indifference towards the series, largely due to the emotional stress of her secret marriage to R&B singer Jackson Dick Berger. Jackson later elaborated on her time on the show in an interview with Anderson Cooper, revealing that the cast would constantly play pranks on her, but she spoke fondly of them. While Jackson was 16, her father and manager Joseph Jackson arranged a contract with her with A&B Records. Her debut album Janet Jackson was released in 1982. It was pursued by Angel Wimbush, Renee Moore, Bobby Weston, and Off Euphrates, and Lee Silver III, and overseen by her father Joseph. Her peak at number 63 on the Billboard 200 and number 6 on the publication's R&B album chart, with receiving little promotion. The album appeared on the Billboard Top Prank Albums of 1983, while Jackson herself was the highest-ranking female vocalist in the Billboard Year and Black Album Artist. Jackson's second album, Dream Street, was released 2 years later. Dream Street reached number 147 on the Billboard 200 and number 19 on the R&B album chart. The lead singer, Don't Stand Another Chance, peaked at number 9 in Billboard R&B single chart. Both albums consisted primarily of bubblegum pop music. 1986 to 1998. Control. After her second album, Jackson determined business affairs with her family, committed. I just want to get out of the house, get out from under my father, which was one of the most difficult things I had to do. Attempting a third album, Jackson teamed up with producer Jimmy Jane and Terry Lewis. They set out to achieve crossover pop appeal while also creating a strong foundation with the unburned market. With 6 weeks, Jackson and the Duke crafted her third studio album, Control, released in February of 1986. The album shot to number 1 on the Billboard 200 and was certified 5-fold platinum by the Recording Industry Associates of America, selling over 10 million copies worldwide. Control was declared remarkable, naive, and mature for a teenager act, also considered an alternative to the sentimentally ballet, which permeated radio, linking Jackson to Donna Summer, a position of unwilling to accept novelty status and taking her own steps to rise above. The album spawned 5 top 5 singles: What Have You Done For Me Lately, Nasty, When I Think of You, Control, and Let White While, and top 15 hit with The Pleasure Principle. When I Think of You became her first number 1 hit on the Hot 100. Control, receiving 6 Billboard Awards, including Top Pop Single Artist and 3 Grammy nominations, Most Notable Album of the Year. It also won 4 American Music Awards from 12 nominations and Unbroken Records. At the point, Jackson was successfully shaking off the experience of being Shadow Jackson's child, becoming an artist in her own right. The album lyrically contained, including several themes of empowerment inspired by an accident of sexual harassment, with Jackson's recalling, "The danger hit home when a couple of guys started stalking me on the street, and instead of running to Jimmy or Terry for protection, I took a stand. I backed them down. That's how a song like Nasty and What Have You Done For Me Lately was born, out of a sense of self-defense." In a formation fashion of dance pop and industrial music with hip-hop and R&B undertone influenced the development of a new jack swing genre by bridging in the gap between the latter two styles. The accompanying music video shot for the album single became popular on MTV, and obtained a then unknown Paula Abdul recording contract for her choreography work with Jackson. Billboard stated, "Jackson insensibly sounds and spectacularly choreographed videos were insertable to MTV and helped the channel evolve from rock programming to a board beat-driven musical mix." And the respect of her influence in the channel, Kyla Anderson of the Entertainment Weekly comment, "The videos of Control were all over MTV, and Janet established herself as an instantly dominated pop figure, talked about in the same sentence as Madonna and her older brother Michael." MTV Megan Cravey has stated, "It's hard to overstate the significance of Control, whether in terms of the pop landscape, the evolution of the music video as a vessel for promotion and expression of, or top 40 feminist anthems." She also argued, "It's important to note that Control's self-exaltation anthems were inspirations of black female pride. Control swapped in Whooping 6 videos, great ones at that, which played an invisible role in in the switch toward visible black pop. In 1992, Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation 1914. Jackson released her fourth album, Rhythm Nation, in 1914. In September of 1999, although her record label desired direct sequel control, Jackson chose to include a social consistence theme among various musical styles. She stated, "I know an album or a song can change the world. I just want my music and my dance to catch the audience's attention and to hold it long enough for them to listen to the lyrics." The album's central theme of unity was developed in response to various crimes and tragedies reported in the media. Peaking at number 1 in Billboard 200, the album was certified six-fold platinum by the RIAA and sold over 12 million copies worldwide. Rolling Stone over Sir Jackson articles growth significant from personal freedom to more individual concerns in justice, legacy, crime, and drugs, without missing a beat. The album was also considered the exclamation point in her career, consisting of Driver's collection of songs flowing with nature talent Jackson possessed, which effectively expect Janet range in very considerable direction, being more credible, feminine, more critical misleading, more visible adult, more available childlike. With single Miss You Much, Rhythm Nation, Escape, Alright, Come Back to Me, Black Cat, Love Will Never Do Without You, it became the first album in history to produce number 1 hits in 3 separate calendar years, as well as the only album to achieve 7 top 5 singles on the Hot 100. Famous for the choreography and warehouse setting, the Rhythm Nation music video is considered one of the most iconic and popular in history, with Jackson's military symbol also making her a fashion icon. The video for Love Will Never Do Without You is notable for being the first instance of Jackson's transition into sexually merging and midfield burning style, becoming her trademark. Rhythm Nation 1814 became the highest selling album of 1990, winning a record 15 Billboard Awards. The long-form Rhythm Nation music video won in Germany a Grammy Award. Jackson Rhythm Nation World Tour 1990 became the most successful debut tour in history and set to record for the fastest sell-out of Japan's Tokyo Demo. She established a Rhythm Nation scholarship, donating funds from the tour to various education programs. As Jackson began her tour, she was acknowledged for culture impact. Her music, Joel Sivan at San Francisco Chronicle wrote, the 23-year-old has been making smash hit records for 4 years, becoming a fixture on MTV and a major role model to teen girls across the country. Willa Elliman, the exclusive vice president of the United Negro College Fund, told the Los Angeles Times, "Jackson is a role model for all the young people to militate in the message she has gotten to the young people of this country. Although the lyrics Rhythm Nation 814 is having positive effects." She also received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in recognition of her impact on the recording industry and corporate endeavors. The massive success experienced by Jackson placed her in the league with her brother Michael, Madonna, and Tina Turner for her achievements and influences. Ebony magazine remarked, "No individual or group has impacted the world of entertainment as have Michael and Janet Jackson," arguing that despite many mentors, few could surpass Jackson's stunning style and dexterity. With her recording contract under AM Records fulfilling in 1991, she signed a multiple million-dollar deal with Virgin Records, estimated between $32 to $50 million, making her the highest paid recording artist at all time. The recording contract also established her reputation as a queen of pop. In 1992, Jackson provided guest vocals on Luther Vandross's "The Best Thing in Life," Air Free, becoming a top 10 Billboard hit and reaching the top 10 internationally. 1993-1996. Jackson's fifth studio album, Janet, was released and May of 1993. The record opened in #1 on the Billboard 200, making Jackson the first female artist in the initially SoundScan era to do so. Certified 6-floor platinum by the RIAA, sold over 14 million copies worldwide. Janet swapped 5 singles in the 4th promotional single, receiving various certification worldwide. The lead single, That's the Way Love Goes, won the Grammy Award for Best R&B Song, topped the Billboard Hot 100 for 8 consecutive weeks, again reached #1 for 2 weeks, while If and Anytime Anyplace peaked in the top 4 because of Love and You Want This chart with the top 10. The album experimented with the diverse number of genres, including contemporary R&B, deep house, swing jazz, hip hop, rock, and pop, with Billboard describing each as being delivery with consummate skills and passion. Jackson took a large role in songwriting and production than she did in her previous album. To explain, she found it necessary to write all the lyrics in half of the melodies, while also speaking candidly about incorporating her sexually into the album's content. Rolling Stone wrote, "As Princess of America's Black Royal Family, everything Janet Jackson does is important, whatever proclaiming herself in charge of her life, as she did in Control of 1986, a commander-in-chief of Rhythm Army dancing to fight social problems. Rhythm Nation 1914 from 1989, she influential, and when she announced her sexual majority as she does in her new album Janet is Culture Moment." In July 1993, Jackson made her film debut in Poetic Justice. While the film received mixed reviews, in her performance she was described as beguiling and believable and scenic. Jackson, sorry guys, I was doing my eyes. This is what happens when I have problems with my eyes. While the film, Jackson Bell Again, which was written for the film, received Golden Globe and Academy Award nomination for Best Original Songs. In September of 1993, Jackson appeared to Popless on the cover of Rolling Stone with her breast covered by her then husband Renee Ellisher Jr. The photographer is the original version of the crop image used on the Janet album cover shot by Patrick Demelisher. The Vinco Sun report Jackson 27 remains clear established as both role model and sex symbol. The Rolling Stone photo of Jackson became one of the most recognizable in most Lemper magazine covers. The Janet World Tour launched in support of the studio's album. General criticisms for Jackson's lack of vocal proficiency and spontaneity, but earned a critical acclaim for her showmanship. It was described as racing the line between study-size pop music concert and full-scale theatrical and aggressive. During the time, her brother Michael was embraced in a child sex abuse scandal, of which he denied and wrongdoing. She provided moral support, defending her brother, and denied abuse allegations regarding her parents made by her sister LaToya. Hold on, I'm just gonna repeat this sentence again because guys, I didn't know this. Hold on. During this time, her brother Michael was impressed in a child sex abuse scandal, of which he denied any wrongdoing. She provided moral support, defending her brother, and denied abuse allegations regarding her parents made by her sister LaToya. I'm confused, but let's go on. Let's just go on. She collaborated with Michael on Screen, the lead single from his album History, released in 1995. The song was written by both siblings as a response to media security. It debuted at number 5 on the Hot 100 singles chart, becoming the first song ever to debut with the top 5. Its music video, directly by Mark Burmer, was listed at the Guinness World Records as the most expensive music video ever, costing $7 million. Who wastes $7 million on a video? Okay, Michael Jackson does, but that's not my point. The clip won the 1996 Grammy Award for Best Short for Music Video. Jackson's first compilation album, Design of Decades 1986 to 1996, was released in 1995. It peaked at number 3 in Billboard 200. The lead singer Runaway became the first song by a female artist to debut within the top 10 of the Hot 100, reaching number 3. Designs of Decades in 1986. 1996 was certificate double platinum by the RIAA and sold 10 million copies worldwide. Jackson's influence in pop music continued to garner acclaim of the Boston Globe. Remarkable. If you are talking about the female power elite pop, you can't get much higher than Janet Jackson, Bonnie Raitt, Madonna, and Yoko Ono. Their collaboration influence is beyond measure, and who could dispute that Janet Jackson now has more credibility than brother Michael. Jackson renewed her contract with the Virgin Records for a report $80 million for the following year. The contract established her as the highest paid recording artist in history, surpassing the recording industry and the unparalleled of 6 million contracts earned by Michael Jackson and Madonna. Jackson began suffering from severe depression and anxiety, leading her to the chronicle that experiences her sixth album, The Velvet Rope, released October 1997. Jackson returned with a dramatic change in image, boosting very vibrant red, now so piercing, and tattoos. The album is primarily centered on the idea that everyone has an instinct needed to belong. Aside from in composing lyrics relating to social issues such as same-sex relationships, homophobia, domestic violence, it also contains themes of sadomasochism. I don't know how to say that word. And is considered far more sexual explicit nature than her previous release, Janet. The record was hailed as her most daring, elaborating, and accomplishment album by the New York Times, while Billboard called it the best American album of the year and the most empowering of her last 5 albums. Debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. It was certified triple platinum, selling over 10 million worldwide. The lead single, Got Till It's Gone, was released in August of 1997, featuring guest vocals from folk singers Joni Mitchell and rapper Key T. The song music video, their piercing pre-Tisha collaboration, won the Grammy Awards for Best Short Form Music Video. Together Again became Janet Jackson's 18th number 1 hit in the Billboard Hot 100, placing her on par with Elton John, Diana Ross, and the Rolling Stones. It spent a record 46 weeks on the top 100 and 19 weeks on the United Kingdom single chart. It sold 6 million copies worldwide, becoming one of the best-selling singles of all time. I Get Lonely peaked at number 3 on top of 100 and receiving a Grammy nomination for Best Female R&B Local Performance. It was Jackson's 18th consecutive top 10 hit, making her the only female artist to generate the achievement and surpassed only by Elvis and the Beatles. Several other singles were released, including Go Deep and The Ball Every Time, which was conceivable for the nudity displayed in the music video. The album fully established Jackson as a gay icon for the themes regarding homosexuality and for protesting homophobia. Together Again, a post-8 pop song, and Free Sonning, considered a peak to more homosexuality, and in 18 homophobia track were praised for the lyric contrast in addition to Jackson's lesbian interpretation of Rob Stewart's Tonight's the Night. The Velvet Rope received an award for Outstanding Music Album at the 9th Annual GLAAD Media Awards and was honored by the National Black, Lesbians, and Gay Leadership Forum. A portion of the proceeds from the Together Again were donated to the American Foundation for AIDS research. Jackson embarked on the Valley Rope Tour, traveling to Europe, North America, Asia, Africa, New Zealand, Australia. The tour received praise for his theatrical choreography and Jackson's vocal performance. It was likened to the emanations and glamour of Broadway musical and excelled as only fitting on the concert program credits as her the show creator and director. The tour HBO special The Valley Rope lived in Madison Square Garden, gained more than 15 million viewers. It surpassed the ratings of all four major networks among the viewers subscribed to the channel. The concert won an Emmy Award from 4 nominations. Jackson donated a portion of the tour sales to America's Promises organization, founded by Colleen Powell to assist disadvantaged youth. As the tour calculated, Jackson lent guest vocals to several collaborations, including Shaggy Love Me, used for the film Hot to Still Got Her Groove Back, as well as Girlfriend Boyfriend with Teddy Lear group Blackstreet, and What Is Gonna Be with Busta Rhymes. The latter two music videos are both among the most expensive music videos ever produced, with What Is Gonna Be becoming a #1 hit in the Billboard Hip Hop Single and Hot Rap Tracks charts, reaching to the top 3 of the Hot 100. Janet also contributed the Ball Got Stepchild to the Dawn in Delta soundtrack. Jackson recorded a duet with Elton John titled I Know the Truth, including the soundtrack to Elton John and Timmy Rice Aid. At the 1999 World Music Awards, Jackson received the Leggett Awards for Outstanding Contribution to Pop Industry. Billboard ranked Jackson as the second most successful artist of the decade behind Mariah Carey. In July 2000, Jackson appeared in her second film, Naughty Professor, The Clumps, as the role of Professor Denise Jennings, opposite of Eddie Murphy. Directed by Peter Siegel, stated, Janet Jackson was nature fit and the obvious choice. The film became her second to open in #1 grossing an estimated of 170 million worldwide. Jackson's single Doesn't Real Matter, used for the film soundtrack, became her 9th #1 single on the top 100. Preceding the release of her 17th album, an MTV honored Jackson with the Never Endure MTV Icon ceremony, earning her significant contributions to music videos, and pop culture by tremendously impact that MTV generated. Them even paid tribute to Jackson's career and influence, including community from Britney Spears, Jennifer Lopez, Aaliyah, Jessica Simpson, and performance by NSYNC, Pink, Destiny's Child, Usher, Brooke Cherry, Maya, Macy Gray, and Outkast. The American Music Award also honored Jackson with the award of Merit for her finally critical acclaim and socially consistent multi-perform album. Jackson's 17th album, All Love For You, was released in April 2001. It opened at #1 on the Billboard 200 with copies sold, the highest first week sales of her career and among the highest first week sold by female artists in history. The album was a return to upbeat dance style, receiving generally positive reception. Jackson received praise for gleaming and texture, as seen as a new infection in contrast to other artists, obtaining to match and glory of hip hop and following trends. All of You was certified double platinum by the RIAA and sold 9 million copies worldwide. The album lead single All of You debuted on the Hot 100 #14, setting record of the highest debut by a single that was not commercially available. Jackson was titled Queen of Radio by MTV as a single made airplay history, being added to the every pop-matic and urban radio station with the first week. The song broke the overall airplay debut record for the first week audience of 7 million, debut #1 in the radio song. So that is the story of Janet Jackson. And there is more. I just don't want to make this video very long, but y'all can go ahead and read it and find out a little bit more. I just wanted, just do as I don't want this video to go very, very long, so that's why I'm not reading. There's more to her, as everybody knows. The only reason I wanted to do this video, and talked about it a little bit. One thing that does, hold on, guys, I need a drink. Guys, look at this cup. I am in love with this cup. If I will put the name of the girl that did this cup for me. I found her on TikTok, and then I have her on Instagram. So I am in love with Winnie the Pooh. I know, like, I'm talking about something else, but I just wanted to get this cup. I'm in love with Winnie the Pooh. Like, I'm in love. I could be 50 years old and I still be in love. My birthday's coming up, so if anybody wants to send me a hoodie of Winnie the Pooh, let me know in the comments below. But I will put her name under the description, and I will let her know that I put her name. But this is, look at this. I don't know if y'all can see it. It has my name on it right here, and it has my daughter's name on here as well. Isn't this cute? Like, this is my favorite. When I saw it, guys, I was like, I want it. But anyways, I wanted to do this video. I know it's not my No More Monday videos. And like I said, it's really long. Her thing, that was the only page that I could find that has something about her. I don't want it ruined. I don't want to be a spoiler. If y'all have not seen the documentary, if y'all have not seen it, please go watch it. It's one of the best documentary I've ever seen in my life. The fact that she opened herself up, you learn, she's always been a private person. She's never been like her other, like Michael, because I think her other brothers, they were even private as well, even after the group split. And I didn't even know she had an older sister until the first episode. I'm like, she has a what? Like, I thought it was just her and Latoya. But I'm gonna just give you a little things of what I didn't like and liked about the documentary. I kind of really didn't. There wasn't a lot of things that I didn't like. I liked everything about it. One, I liked the fact that she opened herself and she let everybody know, what was it to live as a Jackson and how hard she worked. One thing that did struck me odd is that she didn't say that her parents, that her dad was abusing them, but she did kind of, in a way, I felt like she didn't mention abuse, but she kind of mentioned controlled. And this is what I'm talking about. In one of the episodes, she said that she had told her dad that she wanted to go to college, and her dad told her no, that she's not going to college, she's going to perform. To me, if you go to your parents and you tell your parents you want to go to college, they usually are, okay, what are we going to do to get you there? How are we going to get you there? What do you want to study? But for her dad to take that away from her and not wanting to go to college, for her to be normal, because obviously the way I see it, I don't think she ever had a normal life. She started performing with her brothers when she was in a young age. She was performing at a really young age. She was acting. So I think she wanted to be normal, and for her dad to take that away from her, it's like, what do you do? There was an episode, I think, where she even said that she wasn't asked if she wanted to do something. Her dad did not, her dad didn't ask, oh, hey, do you want to do something? She had to do what was brought up to her. It wasn't no ask. You know what I mean? And I just, for me, when she first got married, that she felt like she needed to get married to get away from her dad and be independent. It breaks my heart in a sense, because like I said, like, your dad, your parents support you, and if you want to take a break, you should be able to take a break to go to college, and her dad didn't let her do that. It's crazy to me to know that her dad, they weren't allowed to call him dad. They were meant to call him Joe. So that's weird. I don't know if that's I mean, me personally, if I call my mom by her first name, I may not finish her whole name because she probably will end up slapping me by the time I even finish her name. Um, but that to me was weird. I don't know if that was normal back then, but you know. Another thing that really got to me is the fact that people thought that she was pregnant. And she even said it. She's like, I wasn't pregnant. You know, I was around people. And people that were around her every single day, they even said it. She was not pregnant. We would have known. Trust me, we would have known if she was pregnant. And she's like, it's crazy because she was on birth control pills at that time of that whole pregnancy scandal. So, you know, if your girl you know what I'm talking about. When it comes to birth control pills, it does affect girls different. For me, when I was on birth control and I started when I was 18, it made me lose weight. Like, it made me lose weight that people thought I did not eat, but I ate. Like, I love to eat. And so, like, a lot of people make it, you know, it's different for a lot of people. So for her, with birth control, it just made her gain weight. So for people to think that she's pregnant is just crazy. But that's one thing that kind of you know makes, you know, kind of, now that you understand, it makes sense. But a lot of people thought that she was, and still think that she's hiding a baby. I mean, I don't know if y'all seen a TikTok. There is this girl on social media going saying that she's Janet Jackson's daughter. Boo, no, you're not. No, you're not. I'm sorry, you don't look nothing like the Jacksons. You don't. Nope. And even Janet Jackson herself said it. If I had a child, why would I keep my child away from her father, and why would I give my child away to my sister to raise when I feel like I didn't have that with my dad? I didn't have that daughter and father love that I wanted to with my dad. So why would I do that to my own child? Another thing that really kind of made me mad was the whole how people didn't want to work with her for the whole Super Bowl thing. I remember seeing it. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember seeing the Super Bowl and the nipples coming out, and people were making like big deal about it. Like, it's just nipples. Like, for real, y'all, it's just nipples. Y'all made it, and she even said it. Like, Justin moved when it happened. Her and Justin just went out with their lives. They didn't do nothing about it. Like, they just went on, and it is what it is. It happened. It was an accident. Like they were planning on doing it. Now, if they were planning on doing it, it would have been something different. But she said it. It was not planned. It was an accident. Y'all make it seem like nipples are like the devil. I know it's a TV. I know it was a Super Bowl. I know children were watching. But it was an accident. And yeah, I feel like they made it more than what it was supposed to be. Another thing was that even Tyler Perry even himself, he said they didn't want to work with her. Nobody wanted to work with her. And you know, when everything was happening, that's when he came with the movie Why Did I Get Married, and he got my Janet Jackson, you know, and he said nipples are just nipples. Like, what the hell? And it's true. Another thing that broke my heart was, you know, they did talked about when they didn't go all the way the conversation, but it was when, you know, when she found out that her brother had passed away, and it happened at the same time that she was doing Why Did I Get Married Too. They didn't go all the way through if she took a break or how it, you know, but it's crazy because now I think about it. If you've seen Why Did I Get Married Too, you could see the emotion in one of the scenes where she's breaking everything, and you know, about to hit her ex-husband with the what is it? I can't remember with what. You could see the emotion, the tears in her eyes, and I think what made it so real is because she had lost her brother. And I think that what made it so real and so beautiful, and you could tell, you could see the pain, the hurt, the pain and the hurt in that you just lost your brother, and now you have to perform, and because you know your character's about to lose her ex-husband, and he wants everything, and you ain't gonna give him everything because you build your own career, you know, and stuff like that. So I'm glad that that now that I know that movie, like I see that movie different. But yeah, guys, I'm so sorry. I did not. I think this is one of longest video ever. I didn't want to make it no more longer than usual. But I hope y'all like it. And if y'all go see the Janet Jackson documentary, come back and give me what y'all thought about it, what y'all liked, what y'all didn't like. I really don't. Like I said, I liked everything about it. One thing that I do not like, that I found really crazy, that once Latoya wasn't in the video and not the documentary, I guess she's not in talking term with her brothers and sister. But it got me thinking. There was a show on E, of this. His name was Tyler. I can't remember his name, but he was like a sidekick, and he would go and visit celebrities. And he actually did a video of Latoya, trying to connect with her brother. And I think, to me, if you thought your brother was abusing a child, I think, to me, that was not a good thing for you to do all this and say stuff about your brother wasn't true, and then go on TV and wanting to connect with your brother. That's just my opinion. But yeah, guys, I will let y'all go, and I will see you on Wednesday.